Now at 6, Roger Stone faces a judge and then makes a quick departure from federal court in Washington, but not before flashing Richard Nixon's V for Victory sign. Crowd concerns kept the typically verbose Stone from addressing those who had shown up.
Inside the courthouse, the attorney for the longtime Trump confidant issued a not guilty plea on his behalf. CBS 4's Ted Scouten live for us in Fort Lauderdale outside Stone's house, where a small crowd is gathering. Ted?
Yeah, Elliot, in Lauderdale right now, a crowd of supporters of Roger Stone are standing in front of his house. You can see him right over there. His daughter is expected to speak to us in just a few moments as well. They are here to support Stone and raise money for his legal defense fund. Yeah, Roger! Roger Stone, an associate of President Trump, arrived at federal court this morning in Washington, greeted by supporters.
Roger Stone did nothing wrong! Roger Stone did nothing wrong!
Protesters were there too, carrying signs that said traitor and following him to the door, waving the Russian flag behind him. In court, Stone entered a not guilty plea. He quietly answered the judge's question, saying, "Yes, Your Honor," and when asked if he'd swear to follow the terms of his bail, he replied, "I do." He's facing 7 charges, including 1 count of obstruction of justice, 5 counts of making false statements, and 1 count of witness tampering. Since his arrest, Stone has been proclaiming his innocence.
I will plead not guilty to these charges. I will defeat them in court. I believe this is a politically motivated investigation. I am troubled by the political motivations of the prosecutors.
Leaving court, Stone made the Nixon victory sign. He's done that often. He did not speak, however, despite the fact that there is no gag order in effect. It's one of the few times recently he's passed a camera without talking. Last night on Fox News, however, he said there is a reason why he wasn't charged with collusion.
There is no Russian collusion. I had no collaboration with WikiLeaks. I'm not charged with conspiracy. Believe me, if they could have made that case, they would have.
Stone denies doing anything wrong, including giving false statements to Congress. After his initial appearance in Fort Lauderdale, he said he did not lie.
I am falsely accused of making false statements during my testimony to the House Intelligence Committee. That is incorrect. Any error I made in my testimony would be both immaterial and without intent.
And you're taking a live look in front of Stone's home in Fort Lauderdale Isles. Stone supporters out here in front of his house. They're here to show their support for him as well as raise money for his legal defense fund. His next date in court is on Friday in Washington, D.C. Live in Fort Lauderdale, Ted Scouten.